Ukraine's president made a surprise visit to the International Criminal Court in the Netherlands today. Vladimir Zelensky was greeted by the president of the ICC. His trip to the court in The Hague comes after it issued an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin in March, accusing him of war crimes. The ICC says Zelensky's visit lasted less than an hour and gave no details about what was talked about. Zelensky delivered a speech later in The Hague, and he called for Russia to be held accountable for invading his country.
Impunity is the key that opens the door to aggression. If you look at any war, any war of aggression in the history, they all have one thing in common. The perpetrators of the war didn't believe they would have to stand to answer for what they did. They must stand to answer for war. However brings war must receive judgment.
Meantime, residents have been leaving the Ukrainian city of Kherson in droves after a Russian shelling attack yesterday that killed 23 people. Residents lined up at the local bus station in hopes of getting out of the city. Officials say yesterday's attack destroyed residential buildings and a railway station, among others. The dead includes 3 engineers who are working to repair damage to the power grid caused by earlier attacks. At least 46 people have also been injured. Russia, meantime, is vowing to retaliate after what it calls an attempt by Ukraine to assassinate Vladimir Putin. 2 drones were seen targeting the Kremlin before they were shot down. Moscow is blaming both Ukraine and the U.S. for the attack. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is denying any involvement, and Washington says it had no warning about an attack on the Kremlin. Some are suggesting it is a false flag operation that Russia could use to justify more aggressive action in Ukraine.